Well, greetings. I'm Presley, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be going over the topic that I picked for us today, and that is 10 keys for getting rich. How's that? I'm going to challenge you. Get something to write on and with. Let's take some notes. Let's get into this. Let's really focus on how we change our lives, because I'll tell you right now, everybody that's watching this podcast, you were created in God's image. You got greatness in you. You've got untapped potential in you. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. So let's get going. Let's go through these 10 keys to getting rich. And guys, you're going to figure out real quick that all of these can be done. There's nothing that takes special ability. There's nothing that takes a lot of money. There's nothing, we can accomplish this. We've just got to have the discipline to put them into action. So are you ready? All right, let's start by looking in the mirror and taking 100% responsibility for our life. Let's look in the mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. Are y'all ready? It's that simple. If it's to be, it's up to me. Just say that, Say the buck stops here. We don't want to be blaming our parents. We don't want to be blaming our grandparents or the government or our boss or Aunt Agnes or anybody else. We want to take responsibility. And the reason I say that is if I blame somebody else for my lack of success, I'm giving them the power. I don't want somebody else to have the power. I want to be in control of my life, my success. So I'm going to tell you right now, we've got to look in that mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. We've got to take 100% responsibility for our success. And guys, I'm telling you, we can change. We can be successful. Number 2, we got to know where we're going. Yep. Most people live life backwards. Most people just take whatever life gives them. Most people just hope it turns out all right in the end. Guys, I'm telling you, hope's good, but hope is not a very good financial strategy. Are y'all with me? I'm going to tell you right now, we need to figure out what we want out of life. I'm going to tell you right now, let's make a vision board. Start with a vision board. And you say, vision board, what do you mean? I mean, this is simple, guys. Print off some pictures of some things that you want. Let me give you an example. Print off a picture. Go to the computer. Make sure it's got a printer hooked up to it. Print off a picture of the car you want to drive. That's simple enough, huh? The car you want to drive, not the one you got to drive. What car, if you could drive anything, would you be driving? Print off a picture. What house do you want to live in? Woo, that's a good one. Pick the house you want to live in. Let's print off a picture. What vacation do you want to take? Print off a picture of the location and let's get ready to go. Do you want a boat? Print off a picture of the boat you want to have. How about a plane? Jordan has a plane. He's got a picture of a Citation jet on his vision board, so print off a picture of a plane. What about your kids? You want to do something big for your kids? Put a picture of your kids on that vision board, maybe your parents, maybe your church, whatever it is that motivates you. What life do you want to live? I'm telling you, what life do you want to have? What life would be your perfect life? We need that vision, and we print off the pictures, and then we just simply tape them. Did you hear me? Just tape them on a wall, on a window, on a bookcase, on a mirror. Tape them wherever, a piece of poster board. Just put them somewhere, these pictures, with what we want our life to look like, where we can see them, where we can be reminded daily what we're after. Because we've got to have that vision. I'm telling you right now, we need the vision of what we want our life to look like. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to write down some goals. Yeah, we're going to write down some goals. So we got a vision board where we printed off pictures of the things we want. We got us some tape. We put it up somewhere. And now we're going to write some goals down. How about getting out of debt? Is that a goal? Let's get out of debt. We want to bring in $10,000 a month. Okay, there's a goal. We want to get our revenue up to $10,000 a month. How about we want to lose 30 pounds? That's a good goal. How about we want to get $1 million or $5 million in our investment account? There you go. We've got to have some goals, because our goals are the stepping stones to our dreams. Our goals are the stepping stones to our dreams. So we've got to have our vision board. There's our dreams. There's our vision. That's what we want our life to look like. Then we write down our goals, because the goals are the stepping stones to those dreams. So Vision board, goals. And let me ask you this. Let's put our common sense cap on. Can we do that real quick? Put our common sense cap on. I'm going to give you two choices, and you tell me which one you think would help you achieve the life you want better, okay? Which choice would help you to get where you want to go better? All right, first, choice number one. You do a vision board. You put the car, the house, the boat, the plane, the vacation, the kids, the whatever. You put it on the vision board, okay? And we write our goals down. And then we focus on it and we passionately pursue it every day. All right, there's choice one. Choice two, we kind of live like everybody else does. We live life backwards. We just kind of take what life gives us and we just hope it turns out all right in the end. Which one of those do we think gives us the best chance to live our dream life? Guys, I don't think you've got to be a Phi Beta Kappa. I don't think you got to be real smart to figure that one out. I'm telling you right now, if you got a vision board, if you've written your goals down and you're focused on it and actively pursuing it, I'm telling you right now, you can have a better chance of achieving that than if we just hope life turns out all right. No, guys, let's do this. Come on, let's do this. Now, number one is take responsibility for our life. Number two is know where we're going with our life. Number three, we got to focus. We've got to focus on our goals. We've got to focus on our vision board. And for most of us, guys, we've never truly focused on anything for more than just a couple of minutes. You know, I'm an old coach. Have you ever heard the term that, they're in the zone? Man, they're hitting everything that's pitched to them. The quarterback's putting the ball right on the numbers. The basketball players is hitting every shot they put up. I mean, they're in the zone. You know what that means? That means they're just totally focused. That means they are zeroed in. Well, you and I have got to get zeroed in on our vision board, on our goals. We've got to be zeroed in. We've got to be focused in. And you say, why is focus so important? Well, here's why focus is so important, guys. Let's get this down. There's two things that'll come to our aid if we start working to achieve our dreams and we really get focused. One is in our brain, we've got what's called a reticular activating system. We've got a little organ in the back of our brain that's called a reticular cortex. It runs that reticular activating system, which in just common terms is the switchboard of your brain. Your brain has thousands of things coming at it all the time. Thousands. I mean thousands of thoughts and thousands of things it sees and just thousands. Your brain can't really focus on all that. But if it knows what we're really wanting, if it knows what we're really focusing on, then our reticular activating system or our switchboard in our brain will start letting things in that help us accomplish those goals and dreams. So if we're really focused, all of a sudden we'll see people we need to talk to. The brain will let that in. It'll see articles we need to read, and it'll let that stuff in. It'll show videos that we need to watch. It'll let that stuff in. All that stuff that we need, it'll start letting in because it knows we're focused on it. I'm telling you, your subconscious can do amazing things. The reticular activating system can do amazing things, but it's got to know what you're really wanting out of life. The other thing that'll help us, and we've all heard of this, is the law of attraction. You've probably watched The Secret. Maybe you've read the book. I'm telling you, maybe you've done a little study on the law of attraction. The law of attraction is as real as the law of gravity. I'm telling you, it's there. Whatever we focus on, we attract to us. And if we're focused on prosperity and abundance and our goals and our dreams and all the positive stuff, if we're focused on that, guys, I'm telling you right now that we will attract that type of stuff to us. We've got to have our vision board, we've got to have our goals, and then we've got to focus on that stuff because now our reticular activating system and the law of attraction starts working to help us accomplish that. All right. Number 4, we've got to be obsessed with self-development. Obsessed. Let me say that again. You and I have got to get to be obsessed with self-development. You go, why is that, Presley? Because, see, you don't chase success. You attract success by the person you become. You don't chase success. You attract success by the person you become. In other words, if you want more, you got to become more. All right, let's think that through then. How do I get into self-development. I mean, how do I do that? Guys, I'm going to give you 3 simple examples of things you can do that'll change your life. This will change your life. By itself, it would change your life, especially if you put it in here with the 10 keys to getting rich. I'm telling you, this is huge, but we want to attract success by becoming more. So here's what we do. We read 10 pages out of a good book every day. 10 pages out of a good book every day. The key to that is every day. Every day. Think that through, because I get this all the time. Presley, 10 pages isn't going to change my life. Well, you're probably right. But if I do it every day, it will, I promise you. Because if I read 10 pages out of a good book every day, think this through. 365 days in the year times 10 pages is 3,650 pages. That means I have read probably 15 to 18 good books. And when I read 15 to 18 good books, I'm not going to be the same person. I am not going to be the same person. My brain will be different, baby. If I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, if I'm reading Good to Great by Jim Collins, if I'm reading The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, if I'm reading The Power of One More by Ed Mylett, if I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, if I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, if I'm reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, or Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, or how about The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, or Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, or, you get the point, guys. We've got to be reading and putting good stuff in our mind. That is so key to our success, because again, we don't chase success, we attract success. The other thing that we should be doing in self-development is, instead of watching so much of that time-wasting electronic income reducer that a lot of people call a television, instead of watching that, why don't we watch some personal growth giants? How about watching Zig Ziglar, Stephen Covey, Les Brown, Joyce Myers, Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Simon Sinek, Ed Mylett, Brian Tracy, Jim Rohn. How about watching Denzel Washington? How about, guys, there's just a litany of people that we can watch on YouTube for free that will help us change our life. Yep. Instead of watching TV, instead of putting junk in, why don't we watch those personal growth giants? Well, just one a day. Take 20, 30 minutes a day and watch one personal growth giant and see if it doesn't start changing your life. I'm telling you, if you do that for a year, along with reading the 10 pages, I'm telling you, your thoughts are different, baby. You're gonna be thinking different. Because get this, it's your thoughts that create your actions, and your actions create your circumstances or your life. Yep, sure does. Your thoughts create your actions create your circumstances, which is really your life, is what we're talking about. Come on, baby. We got to do it. We got to do it. And the third thing on self-development is, who do you run with? I used to pull my basketball team together and talk to them about, make good grades, dress right, show respect, all that sort of stuff. Everything you'd think I'd talk to a team of young men about, I'd talk to them. But at the end of that talk, I'd always look at them and I'd say, guys, you show me who you run with, and I'm going to show you who you are or who you're going to be. Yep. I would look at them and say, show me who you run with, and I'm going to show you who you are or who you're going to be. I knew that if they stayed with the right crowd, if they were running with the right crowd, chances are they were going to stay on the right road, baby. You know what? Do you realize that applies to you and I? You show me who you run with, and I'll show you who you are or who you're going to be. Yep, absolutely. Guys, if you're running with winners, you're going to be a winner. If you're running with losers, you're going to be a loser. The Bible even says that if we will walk with wise men, we will increase their number. Guys, I'm telling you, we've got to run with people that are going somewhere in their life. They're motivated. They see the glass half full. They're positive. They're good money managers. They're investing. They're starting businesses. They're out hustling. They're working. They're wanting to change their life. If I'm running with people like that, guys, it rubs off on me. And all of a sudden, I'll start doing that. But the flip side is true. And if I'm running with people that don't have two nickels to rub together, they're always broke, their credit cards are maxed out, they're living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, guys, I'm telling you, that rubs off on me as well. We have got to run with winners, guys. And when I say winners and losers, I don't mean they're necessarily bad people, but they're just not on the road to success. And you and I want to be on that road to success. Biggest game changer in my life was when I stopped running with my ghetto buddies and started running with people that were going somewhere with their life. Biggest game changer. All right, let's recap. If we want to get rich, we're going to have to get obsessed with self-development. And we do that by reading 10 pages out of a good book every day, by watching personal growth giants every day, and by running with winners every day. Guys, if we will start doing that, you will start growing as a person, and then you will start attracting success. And you go, Presley, but I really want to know how to get a business going. I really want some ideas on what I can do. Guys, think this through. If I start reading 10 pages out of a good book every day, business books and personal growth books, do you think I might get some ideas on how I can make some money? I'm going to say yes. If I start watching personal growth giants and they're teaching me how to change my life, do you think I might along the way get some ideas on how to make some money? Yes. And if I start running with people that are going somewhere and they're good money managers and they're investing and they're starting businesses and they're doing stuff like that, do you think that I might get some ideas of things that I can do to make money? Yes. You know, one of my buddies, a guy named Dimitri, he has opened a laundromat, and man, it intrigued me, and I've been talking to him about it, and I went to his grand opening, and I just texted him a couple of days ago and said, hey, how's your first couple of weeks been? You know, I'm running with people that are starting businesses, you know, and I may get into the laundromat business. Obviously, Jordan and I have been in the car business, the printed circuit board business, the logistics business, the auto transport business. Jordan just started a roofing company. I mean, I could go on and on. I'm always around people that have something going on, and I get ideas. And if you run with winners, you'll get ideas too. But number 4 is be obsessed with self-development. Number 5, be passionate. Passionate. Yep. You got to get excited about life. I'll say this. Nobody, and let me repeat, nobody wants to be around a negative, dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybaby. Nobody wants to be around a negative, dull, disillusioned, frustrated crybaby. But I'll say this, if you'll get fired up, people will come from miles around to watch you burn, guys. I'm telling you, we've got to get excited about life. And you say, well, Presley, I'm just not excited. You know what I'm going to tell you then? You don't have a vision board. You hadn't written your goals down. You're not chasing your dreams, because if you are excited about accomplishing big things with your life, you're going to get out of bed with some passion. You know, I set my alarm for 5 o'clock every day, and most days I'm up between 4 and 4:30 because I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to get my day going because I have big visions, big dreams, big goals that I'm wanting to accomplish, and I'm after them, baby. I am after them. If you're slamming on that snooze and sliming out of bed and all that and getting up going, oh my gosh, it's morning. You know, if you're doing that, guys, I'm telling you right now, your dreams aren't big enough and your goals aren't big enough. Let's go. Let's get excited about life. Number 5 is be passionate. Number 6 is manage your time well. Huge key to success. Huge. Let's think this through. Millionaire and a pauper. Do you realize they both have 24 hours in the day? Yep. Do you realize they both have 365 days in a year? Yeah. They each have the exact same amount of time? Yep. I'm telling you, the millionaire gets things done. The millionaire gets things done. I'm going to give you 3 keys to getting this going. Number 1, on your goals. When you write a goal down, put a date out beside it. When you write a goal down, put a date out beside it that you want to get it accomplished by. That gives the urgency. That's what keeps us focused. You with me? That's what'll keep us on track time-wise. If I've got a date and I'm passionately going after that goal, I'm telling you, it'll help us keep our time managed. Number 2, and this is so simple and it's such a game changer, but so few people do it. Guys, every night before you go to bed, go sit at the kitchen table, get you a pad or a spiral or just a piece of paper and write a to-do list for the next day. Yep, for the next day. That way, when you wake up that next morning, You've got that list in front of you. You're focused. You can just start checking stuff off that list. I'm telling you guys, it is a game changer. And you want to prioritize that list. You want to put the important stuff at the top, the stuff you don't want to do. Get it at the top so you can get it over with. I always say, slay your dragons before breakfast so they don't eat your lunch. Guys, the revenue generating stuff goes at the top of the list. Pick out what the most important things for you to get done tomorrow, get them at the top of the list, finish out that list with everything else, and then that way in the morning when you finish your quiet time and you're ready to roll, you've got that list in front of you, and watch how much more you get accomplished. The third thing on managing your time well is simple. Guys, be a right now person. Be a do it now person. Tap into the power of now. Procrastination is the greatest stealer of dreams. Procrastination is the greatest stealer of dreams. I'm telling you right now, guys, we have got to get the word procrastination out of our vocabulary. We've got to be a right now person. A right now person. Do it now. If you need to make a call, do it now. If you need to set an appointment, do it now. If you need to send an email, do it now. If you need to have a meeting, do it now. If you need to send a text, do it now. Do it now, guys. Not tomorrow. Do it now. Not next week. Do it now. Not next month. Do it now. Not next year. Do it now. I'm telling you, be a do it now person. And I'm telling you, carry this over into your personal life. This will transform everything about you. If you need to wash the dishes, go do it now. If you need to mow the yard, do it now. If you need to run to the grocery store, do it now. Get in the habit in your entire life of being a do it now person. Tap into the power of now. So if you want to manage your time well, then have goals with a date on them. Do a to-do list for the next day at night before you go to bed. And number 3, be a do it now person. Tap into that power of now. Number 7, we've got to take some risk. You're going to have to take risk in life, guys. Starting a business, going to be a risk. Absolutely. Starting a side hustle, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, going to be a little bit of a risk. If I do network marketing, going to be a little bit of a risk. If I do affiliate marketing, going to be a little bit of a risk. Anything that I do is going to be a little bit of a risk. We've got to get out of our comfort zone, guys. We've got to come to the realization that if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep getting what I'm getting. I'm going to have to change something. I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to have to take a risk. If I want to start a laundromat, it's going to be a risk. If I want to start a vending machine business, there's going to be a little risk. If I start a house painting or a dog walking or a house cleaning or a power washing there's a million businesses we could start. Every one of them's going to have a little bit of risk involved. But I'm telling you right now, you're either going to have risk or you're going to have regret. You're either going to have risk or regret. The thing we do not want to do is wake up in 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, and be in the same ugly rut we're in now, only we're 5 years older. Come on. Risk, regret. Risk weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons. We do not want to have regret. All right, number 8. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Come on, baby. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And you say, man, that sounds like coach speak, Presley. It does. Yeah, it does. Coach speak. Do you realize that applies to you and I too? Do you understand that life in general and business in particular, you're going to have good days and bad days. You're going to have things that work and things that don't work. You're going to get knocked down and you got to get your butt up and dust yourself off and get back in the game. I'm just telling you right now that there's going to be stuff that's going to disappoint you. You just got to fight through it, guys. You know, Jordan and I have started several businesses, and every cotton picking one of them has had stuff that come up that we weren't expecting, that didn't go exactly like we wanted it to. I mean, I can go on and on and on. It's just a fact. That's the way it is. We've got to understand that going in. So if we understand that going in, then I'll tell you what, we can handle anything, because having a failure is not something to quit about. Having a failure is just simply we learn a little bit and we do it better the next time. Guys, we can do this. You got to get yourself up, dust yourself off, get back in the game. Again, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Number 9, just find a way to win. You with me? Just find a way to win. You know, if you want something bad enough, If you want something bad enough, you'll figure out how to get it done. Yep, sure will. If you want something bad enough, you will figure out how to get it done. Come on, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's want it bad. I'm giving you 10 keys to getting rich, and it's going to take you wanting it, though. I can tell you, and I can guarantee that if you would follow these and really get after it, your life will change. I can tell you all that stuff. But we've got to understand that we've got to want it bad. Because, again, if we want it bad enough, we'll figure out how. If we don't want it bad enough, we'll come up with an excuse. I'm telling you, you'll learn this, guys. You will learn this if you haven't already. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both. We've just got to quit making excuses. We got to get focused on what we want to accomplish, and we got to get after it. Number 10 is a good one, and that is you got to have self-discipline. I've give you all these things to go over. I've give you all these things that'll help you get rich. I've give you all these things that if you'll start doing them, your life will change. But I'm going to say this. I can go over these with you till I'm blue in the face, but if you don't have the self-discipline to start doing some of them, to put them in your life, to implement them in your life, nothing's going to change. It's like, I can go buy me the best treadmill there is. And if I don't lose weight, I can't blame that treadmill if I don't put my big butt on it, huh? You got to understand that I got to get on that treadmill to lose that weight. Well, do you realize with the 10 keys to getting rich, you've got to implement these 10 keys into your life or nothing will change. You got to have the self-discipline to do a vision board. You got to have the self-discipline to write down your goals. You've got to have the self-discipline to focus on them and get the law of attraction going on your side. You've got to have the self-discipline to be obsessed with personal growth. You've got to have that discipline in your life. You know what discipline is? Discipline's doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. You got to be obsessed with that, reading 10 pages out of a good book, watching Personal Growth Giants every day and running with winners. Number 5, you got to have the self-discipline to be passionate. You got to have the self-discipline to get excited about life. And if you've got the vision board and the goals and you're really after them, you're going to get excited. I'm telling you. And then, number 6, you got to have the self-discipline to start managing your time well. You got to have that self-discipline. Yes. You're going to have goals with a date on them. You're going to have to take 5 flipping minutes at night and make you a to-do list before you go to bed. You're going to have to be a right now person. I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. And number 7, you got to have the discipline to take some risk. You got to have that self-discipline that you get an idea of a business you can start. You got to get going. You got to implement this stuff, guys. I'm telling you right now, then, you got to have that self-discipline that when you get knocked down, you get your butt back up and you get back in the game. I'm telling you, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Quitters never win. Winners never quit. Come on, guys. We can do this, but it's going to take us having that self-discipline. And then, number 9 is we've got to have that fight. We got to have that fire inside. I tell people all the time, I'm not the smartest guy. Not even close. I got reasonable intelligence, just reasonable. Got a little common sense. But you know what drives me and why I've had the success I've had is that I got that fire inside. I want it bad. And if you want it bad, you will figure out how to do it. Guys, we can do all this stuff. It's very doable. If you notice, nothing I went over costs a lot of money. None of the stuff I went over takes a lot of special ability or skills or knowledge. It's stuff that we can all do. And you say, well, Presley, I still don't know how to make money. I'm telling you, if you'll start implementing this, if you will get that vision board and the goals, and if you'll get focused on it, and if you'll get obsessed with personal growth, if you'll start reading the books and watching the Personal Growth Giants and running with the winners, and if you'll start doing all this stuff, I'm telling you right now that you'll start getting ideas of things you can accomplish. You'll get ideas of businesses you can start. I'm telling you, it's the key, the big one is run with winners, guys. Come on, let's do this. Well, it has been a pleasure going over 10 keys to getting rich, guys. Have that self-discipline, put these into effect in your life, and watch what happens.